A note for our listeners: this episode contains conversations about domestic and sexual violence as well as human trafficking. Please listen with care. Welcome to the Inspiring Women of Iowa podcast, a special series amplifying the stories of the Inspiring Women of Iowa finalists. Inspiring Women of Iowa is an annual event hosted by Girl Scouts of Greater Iowa with the goal of celebrating women of courage, confidence, and character who are making the world a better place. And why does that sound familiar? Well, because it also happens to be the mission of the Girl Scouts, where they believe society is better because strong women show girls that anything is possible. This event was created by Girl Scouts of Greater Iowa in 2017 to celebrate women in our community and share their stories, while raising support for the Girl Scout programs that build the next generation of inspiring women. 16 individuals are celebrated annually with the Courage, Confidence, Character, and Inspiring Advocate for Women awards. I'm your host, Teresa Peterson, Caramel Delight enthusiast, and I'm honored to have the chance to speak with these amazing, inspiring women and to share their stories with you. Joining me today is Amy Landrigan. Amy is the Chief Executive Officer of The Beacon, a trauma-informed housing and recovery community serving women in Central Iowa. With a background in behavioral health care and nonprofit leadership, Amy has dedicated her career to advocating for women's dignity, safety, and opportunity. She has been nominated for the Inspiring Advocate for Women Award. Welcome, Amy.
Thank you. Thank you. Glad to be here.
Tell us about you and your work.
Oh, wow. Well,
We're going right in.
I know it's a big question. I love it.
Yeah.
No, so as you said, my name's Amy. I've been in behavioral health care for about 15 years, but I actually started as a case manager. And so right out of college, I started working directly with individuals who were dealing with not only drug addiction, but homelessness and severe mental illness. And when I had that role, I immediately realized I think there's some system changes that are needed. And to do that, I needed to level up and become a manager and do different things. And through my career path, I'm now the CEO of The Beacon. So here at The Beacon, we support anyone who socializes and identifies as female, who is actively unhoused, and also living with trauma and recovering from trauma and wanting assistance on that recovery journey. So that could be just, I say just like it's a small thing, but being currently unhoused. That could be surviving human trafficking or sexual violence or domestic abuse. That could be that living with addiction. It could be coming out of incarceration. And so we work with women from ages 18 and up to truly just recover, just figure out who they want to be, who they are, get stable, number one, but then really change their life. It impacts them, it impacts their families, it impacts communities. So I love it. My office is in one of our campuses in the home of the women who are at our Sherman Hill program, which is where they come in with us for 6 months to 2 years, and they live with us, and they go through our 6-phase program. And we also have the other campus, which is the Village, which is affordable housing. Similar group of women, just there, they already have a career, they have a job, or they're getting disability, so they have income. So they're signing a lease, and there they can live with emotional support animals, which I love. I think we're one of the only affordable housing units in Des Moines that has emotional support animals allowed. Not certified therapy, but emotional support. There is a difference.
Yep.
But yeah, so I just went into a ramble of different things, but that's me, that's my work, and I love it.
One of the things that came to life for me as you were talking, and that idea of dignity and dignity for women. And for those of us listening who have not experienced those situations, who have never been unhoused, who have never needed to recover from a significant life issue, concern, right? Because of the roll of the dice in some cases, right? Like, what do you want everyone listening in the spirit of that dignity and safety for those women to understand about them and that journey and what it takes to make that journey?
so many of the women I get to meet and support every day, and my team has the privilege of supporting and walking alongside. It's not. Let me back up. I hear a lot of people say we're all one situation, one problem away from
Mm.
becoming homeless. I have not yet found that to be true.
Oh, I
I
love this.
find,
Keep going.
yeah, most people that I have worked with in this role or in others, it's multiple things. Like you talked
Mm.
about, there's a system issue or obstacle. So you were born into poverty.
Yeah.
You were born into drug use. You were
Yeah.
born into a home or community where you didn't have access to healthcare. You didn't have access to great schooling. You didn't
Yeah.
have access to focusing on school. If you
Yeah.
have to come home and take care of your younger siblings because your mom has 2 shifts and you only have one parent, that's
Absolutely.
difficult. So it's a lot of things that happen. And when it's that comment of only one issue away, that's usually one issue on top of 18 to
Mm.
25 others. It's not a one-time thing. A lot of the women we work with have been incarcerated previously.
Mhm.
And so when we think of that, often we think, they committed a crime.
Mm.
Well, if you think about it, so say you have $150 in your savings account and
Yeah.
you have 300 in your checking and something just happened with your vehicle and your
Mhm.
child is sick and you
Yeah.
work at an entry-level position where if you miss a day, you are fired.
Right.
You have to decide, okay, so I can't really fix my car. Don't have enough money for that right now. Do I catch the bus and then I'm away from my child for a very long time before I can get childcare?
Yeah.
Which in Polk County, it's the person who comes into the home that makes the judgment call if the child needs to be
Yeah.
taken away or is in harm. It's not necessarily a trained individual in childcare. And then it's okay, so do I call into work and lose my job and take care of my child?
Mm.
Or do I try to go to work and then my child gets potentially taken away from me? That right there is a lot. And then to say,
Mm.
okay, say you lost your job and one of your friends or family members says, there is one way you can make money right now. I could get you rent money by the end of the week. All you got to
Yeah.
do is just this one thing for me. That one thing is probably illegal,
Yeah.
but everyone in your apartment complex does it. Maybe several people in your family do it.
Yeah.
And so these decisions happen, and it's when you're given these 2 decisions, both are illegal or both are unsafe or
Yeah.
both are
Yeah.
just the only decisions out there, and your
Yeah.
community you're surrounded with is not a group of people you could call to say, "Hey, do
Right.
you have $500 you could spare
Y
me?" Or,
right.
"Hey, can you help me make the sound decision?" Or, "Can you babysit for my kids?" It's all these situations that occur,
Yeah.
so it's compiled. It's a lot of different
Yeah.
things with these women, and for some of them, it doesn't seem like an odd situation, it's normal.
Yeah.
We recently did a survey of the women in the house asking them, "Have you been through human trafficking?"
Mm.
And originally, not that many people said yes. But then we asked follow-up questions of, "Have you ever had someone in your family have another person pay them to sexually assault you? Have you ever had someone in your family bring people into your home that you were not aware of, and maybe you were drugged, and after the
Mm.
fact, you're worried you've been sexually assaulted?" That's a
Mhm.
pretty sad conversation, but we had 30% of the women say, "Oh, yeah, that's happened to me." And then
Mm.
upon conversations with some of these ladies who wanted to talk, sharing that, "I didn't think that was human trafficking. I just thought my stepdad was rude or mean or cruel."
Yeah.
Um, so there I I kinda went a little all over the place there, but
No,
there's just a lot going on in these people's lives, and
yeah.
it's stuff that if you have a good community around you, and I say good, I mean, maybe not good ethically, but socioeconomically inclined to
Sure.
where they don't know what it is not to be able to go to school and pay attention. They
Yeah.
know they remember high school and middle school as, "Oh, I went to school, I had friends, I played sports." They weren't thinking, "I showed up to school late because my mom had to go to work, her second shift,
Yeah.
and I had to catch the bus, and I was
Yes.
tired, I didn't have lunch money,
Yes.
and I couldn't focus because I was dealing with other things at home." It's just a very different background and very different buildup to what these women are going through. And so that dignity, number one, is saying, "I see you.
Yeah.
We're both women, we're both people.
Absolutely.
We're both here together. I'm not gonna judge you off what happened. I am gonna be
Mm-mm.
trauma informed and know that some of your responses are most likely because of your trauma. I'm still gonna
Mhm.
hold you accountable, but with a lot of grace and with a lot of second, third, fourth, fifth chances
Mm.
and a lot of just real conversations and being there for each other." And sometimes those conversations are tough. And that's just part of it, having someone in your life who's going to be honest, who's really trying to be there for you,
Mm.
even if it's not a great conversation to have, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, Amy, there's so many things I want to ask you about related to
Yeah.
this. And I think I just want to sit in that space of dignity for those women, being in situations that many of us have never been in, right? Navigating those impossible circumstances. That takes so much courage, like a tremendous amount of courage.
It does. And I would say most of the women that I have gotten to know, they might not consider it courage. To
Mm,
them, it's just they're trying to move forward. They're just trying to get through
sure.
the day.
Yeah.
One of the reasons our program is phased is
Mhm.
because when you first get in here, it's, do you have a bed? Do you have sheets? Do you have towels? Do you have underwear? Do you have a birth certificate? Do you have a driver's license? Do you have
Mm,
a bra? Do you have
yeah.
clean underwear? Those basic things to just get safe and stable. Then as you phase through the program, there's more responsibility.
Mm,
There's also more choice because we don't want to overwhelm someone right away.
yes.
And so we try to make it to where it's not a like, "Oh, poor you." It's a, "Hey,
Yeah.
we get it." Most all of us have been through something. All of us on staff have lived experience of some kind. Half of
Mhm.
our staff graduated the program or a
Mm,
program similar, so we really
mm,
get it.
yeah.
And then there's that conversation of, "I'm here to listen and not judge you."
Yeah.
But it is very much a for them, it's not necessarily courage, it's
Mm,
getting through the day, and it's us reminding them, "This is a big deal. Not
yeah.
everybody does this.
That's right.
This is hard to do. You are
Yeah.
rebuilding your life from the ground up. You're rebuilding the way your brain functions. You're
Yes.
changing
Yes.
your mindset. You're changing the
Yeah.
way your cortisol levels go through
Yes.
your body.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
And that's why people are with us for 6 months to 2 years at
Mm,
this first program. And then at the village, it's permanent housing. They can stay with us
mm,
for as long as they need to or want to. But it's because it takes time. And so, yeah,
yeah.
I agree. It's a lot of courage. It's a lot of faith, and that
Yeah.
it's scary to take that step.
Yeah.
Uh, Believing in yourself can be so hard when you
Yes.
haven't had people in your life that really believe in you.
Yeah.
And my role is, to, of course, you can't see, but in my office I have these 4 chairs set up and we can hang out. The girls and I can talk and get to know each other. I lead recovery meetings regarding relationships and healthy
Mm,
boundaries with them, but my role is to be there for them, hear them, but then take their stories and respectfully share what I've learned with other people
yeah.
so people understand this is how these systems harm these individuals. This is how these
Yeah.
systems aren't made or created with them in mind. This
Absolutely.
is how we can change things. This is where listening and hearing and understanding how other people live and what their lives have been like can help us as a community grow together and change generational trauma and try to
Right.
stop that through
Yeah.
giving people chances and giving people opportunities that are made for them to meet them where they're at,
Mm,
not where we want them to
yes.
be, but meet them where
Right.
they're at right
Yep.
now.
Yeah. As
Yeah.
you're saying this, I'll give a shout out to another woman who inspired me, Mary Della Gardell. Um, and she said so beautifully once, the job of the leader is to inspire a belief that more is possible. And when I think about this system you've created of women who are graduates of your program or similar, they're like the walking, talking version of inspiring that more is possible, right? That what's happening today doesn't have to be every day for the rest of my life. There's something like very moving to me about that, like incredibly moving.
I love so we have the graduate program that our graduates, when you graduate the Beacon, you can receive case management for 3 years.
Mm.
Really, you can receive it longer than that. We haven't made the cutoffs yet. So, I said, why, we haven't had the
Yeah.
need, thank goodness. But a lot of it is the graduates still stay in contact just through volunteering or just through
Mm.
coming by and hanging out. And
Yeah.
this year I've started to engage graduates in a different way and asking, will you come back? And you
Mm.
don't have to share your story. You don't have to share where you've been. That's up to you.
Yeah.
but share where you are today. Share that you
Yeah.
stayed in that room upstairs and you now have a full-time job. You now have full custody of your children.
Yes.
You now have an apartment that is market rate that you pay for yourself,
Mm.
that you
Mm.
are in a healthy relationship with another person, and just how you feel, because I kind of joke with
Yes.
my team and the ladies that I am close with, life be life, and life always happens. Life doesn't stop.
Yeah.
It's never going to be there's always something that happens. There's a car payment. There's a
Yes.
ticket you get on the highway. There's a kid gets sick. You get sick. There's things that occur
Yes.
in life that aren't great. But the difference is how you respond to it now. You're out of
Yeah.
survival mode
Yes.
and you're in thrive mode. You know how to
Mm.
take a breath and ground
Mhm.
yourself. You know how
Mm.
to tell your body, hey, this isn't a crisis. We don't need to respond that
Yeah.
way. We do a lot of breathing exercises together. I tell
Mhm.
the ladies all the time, I use these breathing exercises every day. I use
Yeah.
them in board meetings. I use them in meetings with staff. These are things all of us can learn and know, but to see a graduate come in and say, hey, life be lifing. Things are never perfect, but I am so proud of where I am and where I've
Mm.
been and how far I've come. You can do this too.
Mm.
You
Mhm.
really can. It's different for everyone, but that's a beautiful thing for the women to be inspired by someone who they
Yeah.
see themselves in. Because that's what it's all
Yes.
about, is making sure you see
Yes.
yourself in other people. I
Yes.
share often with the women that I have ADHD and dyslexia
Mm.
because I never saw other women who were
Yeah.
dyslexic in leadership
Yes.
roles. I think the
Yeah.
first female CEO I heard say that was Beth Shelton of the Girl Scouts.
Yeah.
And I was so inspired. And I think I creeped and DM'd her and told her, I'm so glad you
Yeah.
said that. That made me feel so seen. But
Yes.
that meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
And a lot of the women are neurospicy in a different
Oh,
way.
yeah. I have
And then to
some
share,
neurospicy
yeah,
loved ones. Yep. Big
right?
heart for all the things our brains can do. Yeah.
Yes, and then to make sure our staff is diverse, to make sure that
Yeah.
they see themselves and the people that are walking alongside them, to make sure that we have a variety of resources coming in-house
Mm.
that are
Mm.
coming on site, so where they can see themselves in a therapist, they can see
Yes.
themselves in a volunteer, they can
Yeah.
just to see yourself. That right there brings a sense of dignity and a sense of
Absolutely.
access.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if
That's
she can do it, I
beautiful.
can do it.
Yeah. Amy, you have so much to be proud of in your work at the Beacon. How do you stay inspired?
I think by spending time with the ladies.
Mm.
Seeing them in the morning or coming in on the weekend, leading a recovery meeting. They inspire me every day, just knowing what they have lived through and what they are
Yeah.
trying to do now. Because some of these things are really tough. We have ladies going back to school. We have ladies
Yeah.
that did not have access to computers and cell phones
Mm.
that
Mm.
are more what we would call
Yes.
modern for years. We have
Yeah.
women that have been out of the workforce for a very long time, or even just rebuilding confidence after the people who were supposed to love you and care for you and
Gosh.
build you up broke you down for years. Seeing them laugh and smile
Mm.
and support each other and be
Yeah.
there for each other, that inspires me every day. I love the women in this house. They feel like family. They become family.
Mm.
I'm just so grateful that my office is right here where they come in and we hang out and we talk, and where I can be a part of their lives and they can be a part of mine. It's very easy to be inspired. I've told a couple members of our board, if we ever grow big enough to where my office is not supposed to be in the house, we might have to have a conversation because I'm gonna
Mm.
miss getting, knowing them and
Yeah.
getting to see them every day and
Yeah.
seeing someone come in and say, I just got a job. Like that's just such an
Mm.
exciting thing. Or
Yes.
seeing someone come in and say, I just got new work clothes at Dress for Success. Can I do a fashion show for
Oh,
you? Or having a girl bring me
yes.
her cell phone and say, I just told this guy that I'm not gonna talk to him and I actually blocked his number. That's
Atta
huge.
girl.
That's a
Yeah.
big win. Yes. So
Yeah.
that inspires me, just being around them and
Mm.
getting to know them and treating them like people because they are.
Yeah.
And they're, you know,
Absolutely.
they're the people I'm here to lift up and to be with and to walk alongside.
Mm. Amy, gosh, there's just so much beauty in what you're saying. And like, I mean, I'm ready to come do like a homework help. Like, if you need a good homework help volunteer, I taught for a long time. I would be happy to help any ladies with anything related to going back to school.
You have to come in.
Yeah,
I have to
I'd be
come
happy
by.
to.
It's
Yeah.
fun. I joke with volunteers that there's
Yeah.
2 easy ways to feel right at home in the house. Well, 3, I'll say. Dress casual.
Yeah.
If you drop a curse word, that makes you real right away. And learn how to play spades. Or at least try to
Ooh.
learn. Yeah, that's
Okay.
a good in.
Okay.
But just be a real person.
Yeah.
Just be a real person and
No
be
substitute
normal.
for that, right? No substitute for just
yeah.
being a real person. Yeah.
Yeah.
This could be the hardest question. What's your favorite or like go-to Girl Scout cookie, Amy?
Ooh. Oh, so I have a weird allergy. I'm allergic to cocoa.
Ooh.
But I used to love the, Thin Mints in the freezer used to be my favorite when I was a kid, of
Love it.
course. I know the name has changed, but Samoa's used to
Yes.
be my favorite.
Caramel Delight, I believe. Is
Caramel
the,
Delight
yes,
used to be a favorite when I was a child, but since my cocoa allergy has
Yes.
developed, I love these lemon cookies that were not around when I was a child that I remember.
Yes.
They are amazing with tea. That is, I actually have some
lemonade.
I don't
The
at
lemonades?
home anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lemonades,
Uh-oh.
they're
Okay.
gone because I ate the whole box.
Yes.
But it was a healthy whole box eating situation. They're so good. I think I let my husband have
Yes.
2. You
Yeah.
know.
That's plenty. That's
They're
enough.
delicious. I
Yeah.
love them. The lemonades are delicious, especially with a cup of tea.
I love that idea of having it with a cup of tea. My son loves lemon, and we did s'mores with lemonades like a couple
Oh,
summers. And like the marshmallow in between was
that sounds
also,
amazing.
it was pretty good. So it just, should you be around a fire and you have
Well,
lemonades left?
hey, I can buy more. We have a fire pit in the back of
Oh,
the
how
Sherman Hill
fun!
house, and I
Yeah.
did alternate s'mores for Saturday Night Social last year, and so I brought
love
graham
that.
crackers, marshmallow, but then apples, caramel, strawberries, so everything
Ooh.
with chocolate, and it was
Mm.
really good. But I did not think to bring lemonades or the peanut butter cookies. Either of
Yeah.
those would have been delicious.
Yeah.
That would have
Okay.
been so good. Next time, we'll have to do it this year. I'll have to get another box from one of the moms I know that has a few stragglers at their
That's
house
right.
and save them for the ladies because that sounds amazing.
Oh, Amy, it has been an absolute pleasure, and we will see you
Thank
at the
you.
luncheon in May.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to share more about the work we do here at the Beacon.
Absolutely. Our pleasure.
Thanks.
The 2026 Inspiring Women of Iowa event will be held on May 8th at the Meadows Events and Conference Center. To purchase tickets and get more information about supporting this event, please visit inspiringwomenofoiowa.com. All proceeds from this fundraising event stay 100% local to benefit Girl Scouts of Greater Iowa and their mission to build up girls of courage, confidence, and character who will make this world a better place. Thank you for listening, and thank you for your support.